Hello and welcome back to Grammar and Thongs and my third and final lesson on nominalisation. So what I want to talk about today is how nominalisation can increase the lexical density of your writing. And that means we can pack more meaning into our words. Now this is really highly valued in analytical writing and a lot of sort of academic analysis. It's not always what you want to do. For example, it wouldn't be the best thing in a discursive piece of writing. It wouldn't be the best thing in a creative piece of writing necessarily. But what it is really good for is cutting out the waffle. So if you want to be succinct and pack meaning into your writing, then using nominalisation can increase your lexical density. Okay, so what do I mean by lexical density? Well, lexical density is the number of lexical words, that is content words, words that are linked to the content of the sentence, divided by the total number of words in a sentence or phrase or whole text. So, lexical words give a text its meaning. So they're the nouns, the adjectives that describe the nouns, the verbs and the adverbs that describe the verbs. It doesn't include all the other words. So it doesn't include articles like a and the, doesn't include prepositions like under, over, on, in, at, and it doesn't include any of the conjunctions like and or but, okay, or the word or itself. So we get rid of all these little words here that don't actually add meaning to our text, and then we're just left with the lexical words. Then we do this little calculation and we get the lexical density expressed as a percentage. Let me show you how that works. So here we've got a simple sentence, the cat is in the cradle. If we look for the lexical words, the content words, well, we've got cat, because that's a noun, that's what it's about. It's in the cradle, there's another noun, that's what it's about. And we've also got the verb to be, is. So we've got 3 words that are lexically dense out of a total of 6 words in the sentence. The other 3 are not included. And so we get a percentage of 50%. So you could say that this simple sentence here has a lexical density of 50%. Now let me show you another example that I think is going to blow your mind. Okay, let's see what happens when we nominalise a passage. As you can see, this passage is quite long. I had to end up getting rid of everything to have enough room on the board. So this passage reads, when industries develop on a wide scale, more people move from rural areas to cities for work. Sometimes these changes are not managed and planned properly, and when this happens, the air and water in and around the cities can become polluted. If we look at the content words, and then those words that don't add anything to the content, we can divide this up and work out the lexical density. So the words that I've underlined, they are not content words. They're not lexical words. They're not adding anything. They're articles and conjunctions and those sorts of words. So the total number of content words, the ones I haven't underlined, is 26. And the number of words in the passage altogether is 42. So if we work that out as a percentage, then this piece of writing has a lexical density, we'll say LD, of 62%. Alright, so let's see what happens when we nominalise. So we're talking here about industrialisation, when industries develop on a wide scale. And then more people moving to from rural areas to cities for work. We're talking about urbanisation. So there's 2 nominalisations we can use straight away. So if we start the sentence as when industrialisation but we are talking about urbanisation that hasn't been managed and planned properly. So let's use an adjective for our noun. So let's say when industrialisation triggers not just urbanisation but uncontrolled urbanisation, which is our nominalisation of this process of more people moving from rural areas to cities. So we've got some nice nominalisation going on here, and then we want to talk about when it is uncontrolled, then the air and water in and around the cities can become polluted. Well, we're talking there about pollution or environmental degradation, either way you want to express that. So let's go with pollution. That's a little simpler. So we'll say pollution results. Okay, so if we apply this method of lexical density, working out the equation to this sentence, then we can see that every one of these words is a lexical word or a content word. So we've got 8 words, 7 words, and 7 of them are content words. So we end up with a lexical density of 100%. Okay, so we've got the same information expressed as we do in this passage, but as you can just see even visually, it's much shorter. And the reason it's shorter, it doesn't lose any meaning, it's just that the meaning has been packed into these nominalizations, like industrialization, urbanization, and pollution. You can see they're often ION words too, shun words. So that is lexical density achieved through nominalization. And that is how you pack more meaning into your writing, which if you're in a high school in New South Wales and you're going for a band 6, that's exactly what you want to do. Okay, thank you.